So I have 12 years experience in the commercial and documentary film industry. I was a founding member of North 40 Productions here in town. To start out my talk today, I rather share my origin story about why I'm doing what I'm doing and how it got me to my current situation, which is now freelancing photography, cinematography, focusing towards weddings, portraiture, and kind of the family unit. And so I was born up in Anchorage, but we came down here to Washington when I was very young. My first memories of life were up the Chumstick, up Leavenworth. I grew up on 5 acres out there at the big meadow, and there's a creek running through the back, and the hawks were screeching in the sky. And those memories of my life are just seared in my mind. I just feel like a salmon. Like, I know this is my home. This is where I belong. And so fast forward 15 years to 2002. I was a senior in high school here at Wenatchee and a little bit disenfranchised with my education. I knew I wasn't college bound by my own choice, not by my family's choice. And there was a vocational program out at the North in the Skills Center, and they had a video program. And this is 2002, and YouTube didn't come out until 2005. So there's no such thing as social media or anything like that. If you were to pursue a career in that, you're going to go to broadcast or Hollywood. And I got a D out of that class. And but it planted a seed in me. I really enjoyed it. I saw an opportunity, and a lot of my friends growing up were like, "Oh man, we can't wait to get out of this town." And I grew up in paradise. I really love Central Washington, the Wenatchee Valley, Leavenworth. I've lived in Entiat now for 15 years. And to me, I just really love this place. I never understood why my peers didn't. And through video, I saw an opportunity to infect others with my love of this area, and to capture stories and my vivid memories, try to bring those to life. And that put me on a trajectory of buying a camera and a little computer and messing around, making a couple little silly videos. But that put me in the right place at the right time to be in Lamolo cooking pizzas for Jamie Howell and Jeff Austinson, who were the founding owners of formerly Howl at the Moon, now North 40 Productions. And that launched my career. And we found a tremendous amount of commercial success and a lot of, I had the opportunity to get paid to learn my craft. And kind of, and it's been an incredible journey. It's given me an incredible skill set to the point where 2.5 years ago, my daughter was born. In fact, it was during production of our film Lifted, a documentary about Mission Ridge, which is really about community and celebrating this community. And so in the midst of all that, I'd achieved my childhood dream of making a ski film about my hometown hill. And in the same time, I had a daughter. And it was a really incredible, beautiful experience. And it also kind of made me realign. I was going through some burnout, some commercial burnout. I felt like a creative mercenary. I was using, I only got so many laps around the sun, and I was using my time to tell stories for other people. And I realized, I have a really beautiful story to tell. And a big part of that is my family. And I came to the idea of really shifting my focus away from commercial work and focusing on family. And if I'm going to be spending time away from my daughter, what a better way to do it than to be helping other people celebrate their families? And so I really started focusing on weddings. And through my whole career, I kind of snubbed my nose at the wedding industry. I felt like that's what you do if you can't make it. And 2 years ago, I just shot a couple wedding films and photos for friends and family, and I was like, wow, that was fun. And then this year was my first year to do it kind of commercially, doing it for strangers, and had even more fun. And so now I'm in a position now where I have a tremendous skill set. A lot of people in this community know who I am. I'm in the process, and a lot of my role with North 40 was really back of the house creative. And this is a really beautiful and awesome opportunity that I'm really excited about to get more of that front end. Meeting people in the community, and I've just lost where I was going with it. Regardless, so now I know this is really fun to get up here and to speak in front of everybody. Thank you.
We have 1 minute left on this first part, so it's almost
okay. Perfect. And so now I've built up this tremendous skill set. I've won a tremendous amount of awards and recognition, and I'm just really excited for this opportunity to turn my lens towards the family. And so one of the things I'm going to be asking for today is really just brand awareness. People knowing, a lot of people know who I am. I do a lot of commercial work, and just you guys are my street team to let people know that I'm open for business for families, shooting weddings. I still have an interest in commercial work. I'm really interested and excited in pursuing work for the wine industry. I really like that element, as well as any commercial clients who can bring in a family or community note. If you have a commercial project that is going to have a community focus, that's an area where I'd really love to continue to contribute on a commercial level as well. Sorry, I know So, word of mouth is huge. With every wedding I've shot, I feel like I've gotten at least 2 more from that one. And so I'm really focusing on letting my clients know that their word of mouth and their sharing of my content is very important. An area right now, so basically wedding season for me just ramped down, and then there's just a little bit of a black hole between like December and February where it's like, oh, you know, it's a little bit scary because I'm leaning on this full time now. But I'm going to use this time to really focus on my power partners in the industry. So, you know, other photographers, because I do both photography and cinematography. Cinematography is the art or technique of motion picture photography. So it's not just, you know, a wide shot. You know, it's coming in with the same techniques you would use to tell a story through photographs. You're lending that towards the video. So letting other people in the industry know, especially, I mean, everything, wedding planners, venues, florists, anyone who's involved in the wedding industry, I'm really looking to make inroads with them and letting them see how, you know, there's a lot of really great talent out there, and that I'm stepping up to the plate too. I think I got something to offer. Great question, and I haven't found my limits yet. Right now, I'm mostly focusing on making inroads in Leavenworth and Lake Chelan because those are destination weddings. And so people with Seattle budgets are coming to Leavenworth to get married. And so ideally, I'd like to stay here. Getting outside the valley is really fun as well, but I mean, the Northwest. That's a great question, and that's kind of where I'm trying to decide right now. There's tremendous opportunity in this industry. And one thing that's unique about it, and one thing why there's such a great margin, that there's actually there's very good money in shooting weddings because there's only so many photographers and there's only so many weekends. So there's a lot of overlap, and the good photographers get booked up real quick. And I found for myself already that needing people like editors underneath me who can be editing my content or at least doing some sort of post-production, mixed with if I have a team of second shooters who can be out shooting, there's definitely an opportunity. I'm looking right now for people to kind of collaborate with me who are hungry, who have a talent, and who, you know, the hunger is the biggest part about working weekends, about working late. It's a different animal. But I'm trying to figure out, and one thing too, I asked a bunch of my friends, my freelance friends, when they started their companies, are they self-titled under their own name, or did they choose a production company? And there's strengths and weaknesses to both of that. I felt like with my name, is the uniqueness of Mingo, I felt like that was pretty catchy. And at the same time, it's also kind of self-focused, right? And so how do you grow a business that's named after you? And so I'm currently looking at, now that I know, because before I was like, I'm just going to do everything. I'm going to do all sort of creative marketing. I'm like, boy, I think I really just want to focus on the family unit. And so with that, looking at potentially starting either reforming my company or starting a second company with a production brand where I can have people in my team. Yes. Birthdays are really great. Anniversaries are really great. I'd love to, I'm putting together a product right now for family home videos. I love the outdoors, and if I could follow a family on a mountain bike ride or on a ski day up at Mission Ridge, put together a little ski film for them, or a day out fishing, or a day at the park, I'd love to just kind of, I'm trying to find the best ways to find these packages where people can understand them. And the really kind of the fun, the frustrating, but common sense part of this business is no one knows what you want to do until you do it. So I've found there's a lot of times I use my own family and my friends in my family, and if I want a product, then I go shoot with my friends and say, ta-da, this is what it would look like. It's trying to get someone to pay me money to be like, dude, I'm gonna make you a sweet home video, you're gonna love it, it can be $500. Like, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, excellent point. And again, my January is booked up with me building those inroads. And kind of my website as it is right now, I didn't want to like just pigeonhole myself into events and weddings right away, because I felt like I had all this other skill set. I just didn't want to drop it. But the money's so good, I'm just like, all right, I'll drop that. You know? And so finding those inroads, there is a bridal premiere here in January, downtown Toyota Center, so I'm in there. Foothills Magazine's coming out with the wedding episode. I got a full page thing in that. So I'm working on it, and I'm trying to just blow this baby up until I just can't handle it anymore, and then figure out where to go from there. Yes, Tracy. Yeah, that's a great. I didn't think of jewelry stores as a power partner network, but I'll definitely add that to my list. That's a great idea. Thank you. No, I'm the new kid on the block. And like I said, there's a tremendous amount of photography talent in this region already. It's very well established. You know, when they got their list of vendors and they're going to kind of stick with them, an area where I have immediate impact is in the cinematography. There is a small community of videographers in the Valley who are very talented, who are delivering great work. Mine's in a class of its own. And an area with this too, this is something I've struggled with, is with the price point, is the Wenatchee wedding market for photography is $1,000 to $8,000. That's a wide difference. And where I found, you know, just by my rates this year, I was making more in a weekend than I was making 2 weeks on salary at my full-time job. And so on one side, I was like, holy cow, this is awesome. I kind of felt guilty, like I was ripping some people off. But there's value in that. And one of my first clients who wasn't a friend or family, like I met her down at the last year's bridal premiere. She's like, you know, she liked my work, and she called me up the phone. She's like, "Can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." She's like, "Why are you so cheap?" I said, "Well, I'm brand new. This is my rookie season, and to me, this provides value to my clients, and it just makes me feel comfortable." And right after we got the phone, I went on my website and added $250 to my base package. And particularly with what I've found is I don't want to price people out of capturing beautiful family memories, but there's other artists who can capture it on a budget. And if I'm in this to make some money and take care of my family. And so if I could get up into that $5,000 to $8,000 range, and I mean, there's affluent families with, I mean, that's nothing. And even for their little girl's wedding day, that's absolutely worth it. And so I'm struggling with again, with like each year, like I raised $500 on my prices for this year. I mean, that's awesome. And I can totally get where I'm at right now, comparing myself to other work in the Valley, I can totally raise another $1,500 on those prices. But it's just getting the system built, people knowing who I am, and having the portfolio is really where it goes. Yes. Kicking myself for not retaining more of my Spanish, because that would just be that much smoother. In fact, I had a family pursue me, and I mean, quinceañeras are a big deal. And they were wanting to pay my full wedding rate. They didn't ask for a discount or anything. Like, yep, this is great, we want to do it. And in the last minute, it fell through. But that is absolutely an area that I want to be able to get into as well. And to me, I mean, because that's all about family. And so I'm just like, oh, that would be sweet. Yeah, thank you. That's a good one, too. So again, I was a founding member of North 40, and I was on a salaried position for several years. And Jeff Austinson is an incredible friend of mine. And Jeff and I have a really awesome relationship with the perfect amount of creative tension. And in a lot of ways, with the current kind of evolution of everything, I felt like a teenager living at home a little bit. And there was just time for me. Some of my frustrations, like, oh, well, I would do it differently, but it's not my business. It's not my risk. And this was a really beautiful opportunity and he's given me, for all of this last year, he gave me this incubation phase where I still have my desk, I still have my creative suite, I still have all the tools and resources. And so I'm really thankful for that. And moving forward, beginning in 2018, I moved to a contract system. So where when they need me, I can come in and close, and I don't have to be there for the salary 9 to 5. I love that question, and both. I never went to college for what I'm doing. I never had any formal training. I've been obsessed with lifelong learning, and every commercial client I ever had, especially in the early days, I always pushed myself to learn something new for each one. And I want to be a resource and ambassador for other creatives. I'm any opportunity to speak with at-risk youth or just youth in general. Job shadowing, I love bringing students in and just giving that little spark, and either it takes or it doesn't. But I really want to be an ambassador of that, and I'm willing. So looking at my 3 pillars of sustainability with my business, there's my family, there's the financial side of the business is health, and then there's community. And so as I look to grow, I'm just kind of nurturing each one of those, and having an opportunity. If I can bring people in, either you just inspire them and send them on their way, or if there's an opportunity for them to kind of fit in with my system, I would love an opportunity to build a machine, to build a business, or at least build a culture that can help someone else take care of their family, all the while kind of helping other people celebrate their families. So I'm trying to figure everything out right now as we go. We're going to see how busy I get this next year, and I think that's going to set some directions for me for scaling the business. Word of mouth would be tremendous. Like I said, so for January, February, I'm going to be putting all my feelers out there. I'm making lots of phone calls, drinking lots of coffee, hopefully buying lots of beers, and just really making my way in. And if someone has heard about me before they see me, they're like, oh, I heard about you, especially if it's from someone they trust or someone they know. So that would be a tremendous thing, is just kind of getting word out there. Also, Facebook. Everybody can give me a like on Facebook, social media. I try to post 3 days a week I'm not going to spam you up, but I like to post a wide diversity of things that I've shot, as well as just resources for other creatives. Yeah, so my wife, Caitlin, owns Gypsy Lotus Jewelry. She has a bead shop downtown Wenatchee. And so her office and my office are a block apart from each other. And so I get to go down and have lunch with my girls. She brings my daughter Chai in with her most every day. And so one thing that why I chose this career shift was to build a career around my family. The commercial production grind, the long weekends, the long days, the 40+ hours a week, that doesn't work for having a family. It doesn't work for me. That's not success for me. And so I get to take my daughter out for recess every day for an hour and a half. We walk around downtown, and there's people. I'm walking down the sidewalk. People say, "Hi, Chai." I don't even know. People are coming to the shop and seeing her. So I really do have a really beautiful thing going on. I'm really enjoying it. And if I can, again, to me, it's just. I didn't realize I was a family man until I started a family. And now it's just consuming my life, and it's just been such a blessing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, so on the table over here I have my business cards and a little rack card. That's on the front, cinematography, the back is photography, and I have like 2019 rates on there. I do have Mingo.com, so I have a website. I want to work with some professionals to get me some search engine optimization going, as well as social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook with Mingo Photography and Cinematography. It's a mouthful. One would, especially for someone who's just maybe scared or of photography, or is like, oh, I'm not a creative person. They'd be like, oh, he's so creative. That's almost going to be a little bit daunting for someone. So I think A, great photographer, B, solid dude, great guy. Just letting people know, I just try to be really, really just casual with people. So I think speaking to the character, because when you're coming into that stuff, I mean, so many people, I have some of my clients who are so nervous, they start making me nervous. And it's like, whoa, this is getting weird, you know? So I just try to say super casual, really fun. I try not to do highly posed stuff. I do want to get into fashion and more like stylized photography. My wheelhouse, my niche is just like, hey, let's go goof off, have some fun, and I'm taking photos while we do it. So it's really fun, really painless, really casual. I've gotten tons of compliments afterwards. So it's just a very painless, enjoyable experience. Again, I love these questions. So I just shedded some of my favorite graphic design clients. I just let them go last month. And I was like, man, I feel like it was a little bit of a distraction. Like I just really need to focus on my portraiture. And so for 2019, I'm really going to push the wedding side. And I'm like, once this gets established, I'm hoping that as select commercial clients come to me and they know that I want to give them all of my service and all of my talent, but that they're like kind of looking at my off season of December through March is when I could do some great commercial work. And so if people fit the category of A, their project is community or family focused, or that's going to be a drive in their, in their campaign and their marketing. And then also if they can fit that production window of kind of my sleepy winter time, those would be great commercial clients. Anyone who's in the wedding industry or anyone who is very well connected, I would look at community, other trendsetters, other community leaders, the church community. I'm not in a church family myself, but anyone, I know that usually each church kind of has their video guy already, but just any influencer, anyone who knows a lot of people and who could use an individual with my skill set in their personal quiver would be great. And follow me, please. Social media is huge. That'd be great. In fact, I'm starting in January, I'm going to start doing monthly giveaways where if you like or share a post, I haven't figured out my machine yet, but I'll be giving away monthly portrait sessions for free. So, yes. Well, you guys, thank you so much. Woo!